Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm actually genuinely excited. Now, if you've been keeping fish for any amount of time, there's always something that makes you excited. And it just so happens this last couple of weeks, a few things have got me really excited about the fish keeping hobby. Now, part of that is to thank for YouTube. Maybe I've done a few more things than I normally would, or kept up with the maintenance better. I don't know. But I'm very excited to show you. So I'm going to recap pretty much all three of my tanks, my pond, and we're going to have a look at the things that excite me the most. So join me for the video. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at the juwel trigon, and those who have watched the last few videos will have seen we put a lot of effort into there and the results have been absolutely exceptional. So let's take a look. So here we are. Look how amazing this is looking right now. We've got the Monte Carlo here is just cascading down. Absolutely amazing. There's one of our most recent shrimp purchases. If you can see that there. It's got many names, Taiwan bees. There's two more of them down there. So they are thriving. As you can see, there's plenty of shrimp life all over the place. Now, the Ludwigia Super Red, just there on the screen, is also doing exceptionally well. I've trimmed this twice already. You would have seen that in one of the other videos. There's some up there. There's some on this side, and it is indeed going red, which is the most exciting thing. Now, I don't know if anybody else has tried to grow a tiger lotus bulb, but for me, I always wanted to get the leaves to such a surface, and it's finally happened. And I'm so excited. Let's have a look. If we look here, we've got a long one there and a long one at the back. Let's take the lid off and have a look. And there we have it. One of the leaves that are at the top with some duckweed on it. How on earth the duckweed's got on top of it, I do not know. I actually cleared all the duckweed out, but it's, as we know, it's come back. Here's a leaf also getting near the surface. And at the back, with that light out the way, we also have this one that's reached the surface. This cessifolia is growing amazingly again. Lid back on. All in all, the tank is looking great. The crypt here is growing amazing. This Anubias, we've cut that and trimmed that and used that in another project as well. The moss is growing great. The only one that's not really established and taken off yet is this one here. For the life of me, cannot remember what it's called. I think it's Rosophilia, something like that. But we've still got time. There's some slightly new looking shoots coming on it, so it may well grow amazingly. And then we've still got, I don't know if you can see it on here, back there, some Java fern going absolutely crazy. So that's the juwel trigon 190. I think the next problem with that is going to be just what do I do with these plants growing so crazy. It was all down to API leaf zone. I've had this tank set up for best part of a year, 9 to 12 months, and it never really took off since I've started using that. So it may be coincidence, but I'm putting it all down to that. So my biggest problem next is going to be which leaves do I trim? Which plants do I like the most? Do I trim some of the lily leaves to make more light come into it? I don't know, but we'll work that one out together. Let me know what you think in the comment. So let's take a look at the next tank. Okay, so here we are at the next tank. This is the 150 gallon. This has featured quite a lot on the channel in the early days. There's a few videos telling you of the setup, but my favourite thing to do in this one is grow the houseplants. So let me flip you around and we'll have a look how they're doing. So here's a quick look at the species in there. My large clown loach are in there. Signal barbs, which are pretty rare these days to find in the hobby. Our fire-eel Charizard is in there. So, there he is, finding his tube. And the clown loach. So, if you remember a few videos back, we planted the peace lilies. They are growing phenomenally. No flowers yet, but fingers crossed. And the same on the other side with that one. Not growing quite as well, but it's doing okay. The Pothos is still surviving. There's some new leaves coming up. Someone commented and said I should chop them to make them grow bushier. Haven't done that yet, but we will see. And then the centerpiece, the Monstera, my favourite one of all. And this is why I'm so excited. This side had grown amazingly, nearly up to the ceiling, all just using 2 LED spotlights. I was worried about this side that it wasn't going to look even. And then, if you can see this here, it's a brand new leaf here. Absolutely thrilled to pieces. Can't wait for that to grow. So that's the 150 gallon taken care of. Amazing. I need to get some more fish for that. I'm unsure yet. Maybe some silver dollars, some red hooks. I don't know. But we'll have a look. Those of you who have seen some of my other videos will know I've got the Pothos come from a cutting of this absolute giant. So I'm just going to give you a look at that while we're doing it. So if you've ever wondered how big Pothos can get, this will give you some idea. This goes all the way along my TV. Then it gets to the TV, goes up over there, and it goes all the way round to the corner of my room. Now that Pothos is roughly 18 foot long at the moment, and it's still going. So the idea is to get it go all the way around the room and then eventually go over to the dual trigon. I'm not sure it'll work, but we'll give it a try. So let's go and take a look at the koi pond. Okay, so here at the koi pond, it's featured quite heavily in our videos. I'm going to show you what it's looking like at the moment. If you've seen a few videos ago, we've got 2 new large koi, so let's take a look. Also, here's Bruce. This is what it's looking like at the moment. Now, there's our big koi there. That's one of them. Now, look how amazing this has. We've got the fern growing. This is called Mindrome business plant. Got some grasses growing. We've got that, and it's looking absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. We've battled the algae. It's all looking nice down here. Just a quick look at the setup. The easy pod filter couldn't be easier to maintain. But yeah, the koi pond is looking awesome. Now, a couple of eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed we've got some bonsai. So I'm going to give you a quick look at those. Tends to go hand in hand with koi and bonsai. So let's have a look. We've got this red Japanese Acer looking good. We've got 1 of 2 oak trees, which we've got the acorns ourselves. The other one is just there. We've got 3 sycamore here, and this cherry blossom as well. Now these 3 just sprouted in my garden. Don't know how, but I'm pleased to see if they do anything. And then we've got the blue star juniper. Now, we rescued this one. It's in slightly better days, but we're hoping it carries on coming back to life and ends up being a top bonsai at some point. Again, fingers crossed. So that's the bonsai. There's a couple more inside, which I'll show you at the end. It's just starting to rain, which is perfect time to go and see the new fry tank we built. Okay, so literally the last video we did was of this fry tank. I was fed up with bare bottom boring fry tanks, so we built this one. And although I was a bit dubious at the beginning, I think it's turned out really good. I'll flip it around and have a look. So here we go. This is what we ended up with. I think it looks pretty amazing. We've got the Anubias that's come from the dual trigon. In fact, all these plants have come from the dual trigon. We've got some oak leaves there. Our baby guppy swimming around. And you can see back there, sorry about that awful noise, I'll show you what that is in a second. If you can see back there, the Ludwigian mini superred has also started to grow. So I think this is actually looking pretty decent, and one of my favourite tanks now, I think. So pretty pleased with that. Right, I'll show you what that noise is. Right, so that ridiculous noise is coming from behind me, and I'll show you. So those who are on our other channel would know that we hatched some quail. Now, unfortunately, one of those quail got injured, and we're rehabilitating in here, ready for it to go in its own hutch with its own females later. It does like to make a lot of noise. You'll see by its head, it's only just started recovering, but it's very, very noisy, and I wish it was in its hutch already. Okay, I did tell you I had a couple more bonsai, so I'll give you a quick look. This one here, had this for 3 years now. I really like it. It's growing strong, looking good. We've got a couple of other plants, we use these plants and these plants to get rid of the gnats that were growing in the peat. And then we've got this one here, which is actually a cutting from that one over there. So that's, oh, and we've also got these little succulents, which we propagated too, and some more pothos propagating. So there's a lot going on. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot going on. We've got lots of new plants growing. We've got things propagating. We've got projects on the go. We've got noisy quail. We've got 18-foot pothoses. But our main thing is the fish. Now, I want to rebuild the koi pond waterfall this year. I want to rescape the big tank behind me, possibly add some more fish. And I'm super excited to have you guys along with me. So that was just a brief update of everything we've got going on. Sums up the last videos, some updates. The plants were a success in the dual trigon. The Monstera is growing amazingly. We've looked at our bonsai trees. The fry tank's looking good. I've tested the water. The water's doing good. I'm really pleased. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.